And we are ready to go when you are.
Okay. Okay, before we get started, please be advised that the Committee of Adjustment hearings are recorded and a copy of the recording will be posted to the city's website and YouTube channel. Those in attendance may be included in this footage. By attending this meeting, you agree to be part of this recording. Okay. Before we get going, does anyone have any items they would like to discuss regarding the procedural orders?
No, I'll move it.
Seeing none, Cheryl will move. Miriam will second. All in favor? That motion passes 5-0. Okay. We can move on to the first item. I believe the owner is in committee room. Oops, I'm way too far down the screen. Okay. All right, first item on the agenda is submission number A26030, notice of public hearing under section 45(1) of the Planning Act, RSO 1990. The address is 27 Craig Street. The purpose is to construct an accessory building with an additional residential unit above it and permit front yard parking. Variances requested are 1 to permit front area, sorry. Excuse me. To permit a parking area in the front yard, whereas parking areas are permitted in the interior side yard and rear yard. 2, to permit an accessory building a coverage of 11.1%, where 10% is the maximum permitted. And 3, to permit an accessory building height of 7.1 meters, whereas 6 meters is the maximum permitted. Okay. Is the owner?
He's in the room.
He's in the committee room.
Yeah.
There we go. Hi, Scott. How are you? You can hit the button in front of you on the mic. There you go.
Is that good? There we go.
Yeah,
Okay.
perfect.
Perfect.
Okay. All right. We do have members of the public here for this, so I am going to ask for a short presentation. Whose is this? Matt?
Through the chair, that is correct.
Great. All right. If you can give us a quick presentation on this, that would be fantastic.
All right. The following application is a minor variance for 27 Craig Street, as you mentioned, to permit the construction of an accessory building with an additional residential unit at the top and to permit front yard parking. In regard to variance 1, front yard parking, staff are of the opinion that the request to create front yard parking is not appropriate for the site, given the established planning and regulatory context and the availability of alternative on-site parking options. Front yard parking would detract from the objectives of the London Plan by introducing additional hard surface and vehicle prominence along the street frontage, contrary to the planned character of the area. Further, based on the residential front yard and boulevard parking policy, front yard parking is only permitted on an exception basis and is not supported where a legal driveway already exists or where parking can be reasonably accommodated in the side or rear yard. Therefore, given the amount of on-street parking in the rear yard, which exceeds the requirements of the zone, and a specific policy that discourages variances for parking in excess of the minimum requirements, and a consistent policy direction to discourage front yard parking, staff do not support this variance. In regards to variance 2, building coverage, staff are of the opinion that the requested 1.1% increase to the maximum accessory building coverage will not negatively affect the site nor abutting properties in isolation. Therefore, staff are recommending the approval of variance 2. With respect to variance 3, the zoning bylaw limits the height of accessory buildings and additional residential units to a maximum of 6 meters to ensure such structures remain subordinate to the main dwelling and to limit impacts on adjoining residential properties. The London Plan provides criteria for evaluating planning and development applications, which include the use, intensity, and form that is being proposed. In this case, staff believe that a 1.1 meter increase in height will result in adverse impacts related to visual impact, loss of privacy, and reduced enjoyment of adjacent rear yard amenity areas of neighboring properties. The proposed building does not articulate the neighborhood's character and is not designed to fit within the existing context. Therefore, for all reasons noted, staff are not supportive of variance 3.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Sorry,
All
isn't
right.
it 1 and 3?
1 and 3 are the ones that are recommending refusal.
Right, no.
Yeah.
You just said 3.
Mm. Okay. All right. Can we move the camera back to Scott?
Yep.
Hey, Scott. Okay. I assume you've had a chance to read the report from the city. Is there anything you'd like to add?
Just wanted to add to for the front yard parking. So currently my setup for my home is that the second floor unit, the front door is the access point to that unit. So currently the tenant has to walk all the way around the building to the backyard, for her parking. And also considering that the building to the west of me, has parking lot in the backyard, but then also has a parking spot out front as well. And also to the property to the west of me, they have a driveway in the front interior yard as well. And that kind of seems to be the theme for most of my neighborhood. So I didn't think one spot in the front would be too big of an issue with that. And then regarding the height of the garage, ADU apartment, my home is, sorry, this is in feet, not meters. I know you guys use meters for everything, but so for that, my home is 34 feet tall, and the apartment building to the west of me is 29 feet tall, and the proposed building of my garage will be 23 feet tall. So as for the scale of everything around it, it would be significantly shorter than my home, and it would also be 6 feet shorter than the apartment building, which is the tallest building, sorry, the shortest building neighboring on my lot.
Okay. All right.
Public,
Okay.
I'll move open.
Move open the public portion. Okay. Cheryl will move. Jeff will second. All in favor? That motion passes 5-0. Okay, Sandra, looks like we had a few people registered, but some of them are struck. See, we have Diane.
Yes, Mr. and Mrs. Fuster here.
Hmm,
They're in. And
Yeah, Tim and Diane. Okay, Sandra, who do you want to go first? Or
That's fine. You can start with them.
okay, great. All right, Tim, Diane, how are you? You can unmute yourself now, the button to the lower left of the screen.
We're well, thank you for asking. A couple things about the parking, front parking. Craig Street is at a premium for parking. And if you allow one more front parking, then that's taking one more parking off the street. And you can go down Craig any time of any day, and there's cars parked from one end to the other end going to the village. So we're concerned about that. And I was looking at your paper that we received, and it says that it's a duplex and it has, 2 licenses. Well, I know for a fact it's a triplex because Scott lives on the 3rd floor. He just built an apartment. So I just want, it's my understanding, does he have to have a license for the whole building?
What we'll do is we'll get all your questions first, and then we'll answer them at the end. Right.
Oh, okay. So there's that, and doing 23 feet or 7 meters is just too high. Like, I mean, we moved to Wortley 30 years ago because of the neighborhood. And I feel like if he goes that high, already, he's right next to us. He's to the west of us. And he has a whole set of stairs going up to the 3rd floor. So now we're going to have another apartment at the back where they can look into our backyard as well. And we're just feeling like that is just too high. And we're worried about the trees. There's trees back there. Like, what happens with those trees? So that's all I have.
Okay, great. All right, Sandra, who's next?
Through the chair, I have Natalie.
Hi, Natalie, how are you? You gotta unmute yourself now.
Hi there. I'm so sorry. I was supposed to be in A26031.
Okay, so you're for the next item? Okay. All right, wonderful. All right, Sandra, is there anyone else?
Sorry, through the chair, I just have Tim and Diane.
Okay. Yeah, I've got an Edwin and a Judy Wilson listed, but I don't know if they're here or not.
Through the
Mhm.
chair, I haven't seen them yet.
Okay.
And a Tim, I think.
All right. Okay, so if there's nobody else, we can go ahead and close the public portion. Miriam will move, Cheryl will second. All in favor? The motion passes 5-0. All right, Scott, is there anything that was said there you'd like to respond to?
Yes, so I just wanted to say that for the backyard garage apartment, there will be no trees that are in the way. Nothing needs to be taken down. Everything has been planned around that. And for the height of the garage that I'm requesting, the 23 feet or the 7 meters, as opposed to the 6. I understand not wanting to be beside something, slightly taller than the allotted amount. But, when I bought the home a year ago, I bought it knowing that I have to live beside an apartment building that is 26 feet tall. So I understand that, but as for density and trying to get, more housing units available, I don't see that a 3-foot increase would be a detrimental thing in that regard. But that's, just my opinion on that. And for the front yard parking, so the way that last year when I applied, there was a form, submitted everything, and I got 2 signatures back on the form. And I called the city member that I was dealing with to confirm what my next step was. And he said, nope, there is no next step, you're approved. And I said, oh, okay. So then I handed the form to the road engineer and he said, okay, great. And he put it in the plan, and that's why I have a curb cut that's been already put in. And then just finding out with submitting everything with the garage that this was not permitted. So I don't really know kind of what happened there. But as for the street parking, the way that the curb cut is now, it fits one spot between the proposed driveway and my current driveway. So if the curb cut was removed, you still wouldn't be able to fit 2 vehicles between the curb cut of my neighbors and my current driveway. So it actually wouldn't affect street parking at all in that regard. It would actually be the exact same. And that is everything, yeah.
Okay. All right, great. Okay, we can move on to the committee. Daniela, you're first on my screen.
Actually don't have any questions at this moment. Thank you.
Okay, great. Jeff?
Through you, the chair, I actually do have a question for the applicant. Have you been in conversation with the Heritage Department?
So when I inquired last year about this with the building department, they said that the Heritage Committee shouldn't have any issues with this regarding the fact that it is in my backyard and it is not extremely visible from the street. But also to accommodate that, I will also be doing reclaimed brick on the front of the structure to match the original home. So it'll tie in extremely well and not look like it's some sided vinyl eyesore.
Okay, thank you. And now I have a follow-up with staff. So this property is in the Old South Heritage Conservation District. And my understanding for any front yard parking or any accessory structure that the heritage alteration permit has to be approved by heritage staff. So I guess I'm getting to the point is regardless of whether we approve this or not, it still is sort of taken out of our control, and the heritage department will have the final say. And just want clarification from staff if that is correct. My understanding is correct.
Through the chair, that is correct. A heritage alteration permit is required prior to the construction of the accessory building or new laneway front yard parking.
Okay, thank you. That is all my questions.
Cheryl, any questions?
Yes, I do. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Through you to Mr. Constantine. I don't. Is he still there?
Yep.
Okay,
Sorry about
good.
that.
Okay, I'm actually looking at 27 Craig Street. I like to pull it up on the city map. So explain to me about the front yard parking. What I'm looking at, the front of your house now, it has a raised garden in front of the steps. Is that still there?
Yes, that is still there.
Now, you talked about a curb cut. Which way is the curb cut, east or west of your
The
driveway?
curb cut is east.
Is east. So I'm thinking and asking you the question, are you going to park in front of the house? Is that what it's going to be?
So it will be, I believe, 5 feet from the lot line on the east side. So it ends up being about a quarter in front of the home on the corner and about 3/4 kind of in front of the grass, in between the home and the lot line.
Okay. Then I also have, now what's the need to increase the height on, so are you putting a garage at the back and then a residence on the top, correct?
That is correct, yes.
So how many cars would be parked in that garage?
So it'll be a 2-car garage.
And so you're looking, now do you park in that garage?
Yeah, I guess, yeah, once it would be built, yes.
And who else will park in that garage?
So it would just be for either me or one tenant. So it would be 2 spots for the one apartment above.
So actually, see, the problem I have is if you're parking in the driveway and you have parking spaces in the very back, how do you get to it?
So currently my laneway goes from the front curb all the way to the back, and it has 3 parking spots in the backyard, facing towards the east fence.
Okay. So I guess I'm just trying to visualize.
Mhm.
So you park 2 cars in the driveway. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
So if you come in after they're parked, do they have to back out and you pull in?
No, so they have a room to pull in and they can easily get out, and so can I from the garage.
So then why do you need front lawn parking?
So currently it'll be a R3 zone, so I will have 3 apartments with what's proposed, plus my owner occupied unit in the loft. So it will be 2 spots in the backyard and the 2 in the garage for the apartment in the garage. So for 4 apartments, having, I guess, 2 spots for 3 units is just not ideal for renting out. Everybody seems to need parking, if not 1 spot, usually 2 spots. I found with trying to get tenants.
So much for buses, eh? Okay, all right. Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Okay, Marion, any questions?
The only question I have is, was there any attempt for the homeowner to contact the neighbors beforehand? guess
I
that goes
did,
to the,
sorry.
it goes to the, yeah, to the homeowner.
I did briefly tell the homeowners to the east of me that I was considering building a garage in the backyard. But I obviously didn't want to say that it was going to happen or not until obviously all of this went through and anything to do with the heritage.
I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. No, I don't really have much in the way of questions. I think everything I wanted to say is answered already.
Mr. Chair, if I might jump in again, I just
Sure.
looked, thank you. I looked at the picture of the house to the east that has a red car parked in the front of the house. So that's exactly what 27 Craig is asking for. The same thing. Okay, all right. Just clarification.
Okay.
And Mrs. Fuster shook her head yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm shaking my head yes. It's okay.
Public portion's closed. I'm sorry. Okay, anything else? Anyone? All right. Can I get some sort of direction?
Yeah, Mr. Chair, I'll actually move 1 and 2 and not 3. So I would move variance 1 and variance 2. I'm not overly enamored with the parking in the front, but when I look at the apartment building beside it, they've got a dumpster in front of it, and of course a parking space in front of that. So this is not out of character for that particular neighborhood. So that's why I am moving 1 and 2 and not 3.
Okay. All right. So we have a motion to move 1 and 2. Jeff?
Can I
second?
make a friendly amendment to that motion?
All right.
Well, I
Okay.
don't know. I don't know if you're friendly enough.
I am. I would like to amend it by. I guess we should have done this before, but I would like to get the archaeological assessment removed because the property has already been disturbed. So, do we have to do a motion?
We would have to make a motion
first?
to amend to remove the condition. Yeah.
First or after Cheryl's?
Prior to.
Okay.
Okay, so let's roll back. Jeff, you're going to move your
So I would like to make a motion to amend the application, removing the archaeological assessment.
Okay.
So you're moving number 1?
No,
Just 1.
Condition of number 1. Yes.
Right.
Okay.
Sure, I'll second that.
Okay. We've got a motion to amend the application with a seconder. No further discussion. All in favor? That motion passes 5-0.
Then, Mr. Chair, I'll move 1 and 2 as amended.
Okay.
I'll
All right.
second
A
that.
motion to move variance 1 and 2 of the amended application.
Yeah.
Jeff is a second.
Yes.
All right. Okay. If there's no further discussion, all in favor? Opposed? That motion passes 4-1. All right, to the applicant, this permission is not final until the expiration of the statutory appeal period of 20 days from the date the decision has been signed, during which the applicant, administrator, or a specified person or public body may file with the Secretary Treasurer an appeal against the decision of the London Committee of Adjustment. With that, we consider the matter to be closed. Thank you for your time.
All right, thank you.
Oh, dear.
Okay. All right, on to the next item.
Urgency alert.
All right. Next item on the agenda is submission number A26031. Notice of public hearing under section 45(1) of the Planning Act, Article 1990. The address is 793 Green Lane. The purpose is to permit an attached garage. Variance requested are 1, to permit an attached garage with a front yard a setback of 4.5 meters, whereas 6 meters is the minimum required, and 2, to permit an attached garage with an interior side yard setback of 0.6 meters, whereas 1.2 meters is the minimum required. Okay. Is the owner here? And public.
Through the chair, Brandon, can you identify yourself and let me know what application you're here for, please? Through the chair, go ahead.
All right. Is the owner here or no? It doesn't look like it. Oh, well. Either way, we'll read this one in and we can get started. Okay. Got that right in. I had a member of the public registered for this, and I believe they were here for the first one. So I will ask for a short presentation. Matt, this is yours again.
Through the chair, that is correct. The following application is a minor variance for 793 Green Lane to permit a new attached garage. London Plan Policy 1578 sets out evaluation criteria for all planning and development applications, including the degree to which a proposal fits in with the surrounding context. The zoning bylaw stipulates zoning requirements for the R110 zone, including a minimum front yard setback for both main buildings and garages. This is 6 meters. It also stipulates regulations for interior side yard setbacks, which in this case is a minimum of 1.2 meters. The intent of these regulations are to ensure that adequate separation distance is provided between buildings and structures and abutting properties to mitigate potential adverse impacts, and that sufficient space is provided for the maintenance of buildings and structures. The 0.6 meter interior side yard setback between the proposed garage and the western property line is at a point and not along the entire wall of the building or property. This minimum setback maintains access for the maintenance of the new garage and landscaped area between it and the abutting property, and ensures that soffits and eaves do not overhang into the neighboring property. And because the proposed attached garage abuts an existing attached garage on the neighboring property, and due to the unique size and shape of the lot provided, there are few alternatives for the location of the proposed garage. Planning staff are of the opinion that both reduced setbacks will not negatively affect neighboring properties. Therefore, planning staff are of the opinion that the requested variances are minor in nature, appropriate for the use and development of the lands, and maintain the general intent and purpose of the London Plan and zoning bylaw. Thank you.
Great. Okay, we do have a member of the public here for this. I kind of get a motion to open. Miriam, Daniela, all in favor? That motion passes 5-0. All right, Sandra, I believe it's Natalie.
Through the chair, I have Natalie and Brandon here.
Okay. All right. Hi, Natalie. You're going to mute yourself now. Just a button to the lower left of the screen.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with it. We live across the street, but my husband Brandon's also on the call. So if he has anything more to add, he can feel free to do so.
Okay. All right. All right, Brandon, do you have anything else you'd like to add?
Nothing to dispute at this time. Nothing at all.
Okay.
So, yeah, nothing to add at all.
Great. Thank you very much. All right, Sandra, is there anyone else?
Through the chair, I do not have anyone else.
Okay. All right. We'll go to committee. Everybody move screens. Okay, Jeff, you're first up.
Should we
Through the
close
chair, would you like
public?
to
Oh, yes, we
close?
need to close the
Close.
public. I'm sorry.
Close public.
Cheryl, we'll move to close the public.
Yeah.
Miriam will second. All in favor? That motion passes 5-0. Okay, now we can move on to committee. Jeff.
Thank you. I have no questions.
All right, Cheryl.
It's a terrible lot, so I have no questions, whatever. That's difficult to build anything on, so I have no questions.
Okay. Miriam, questions?
No questions.
All right, Daniela.
No, this plan makes sense for the lot and for the surroundings, so no, I have no questions.
Yeah, no, I don't have anything either. I agree with Cheryl. It's a bit of an awkward lot to try and build something on without, coming into some sort of a problem. So, and given that it's just a single point at the corner, it's not the whole wall. I'm good with this.
Yeah, I'll move it. I'll move it and the conditions.
Okay, Cheryl will move the conditions.
Yeah.
Jeff will second. There's no further discussion. All in favor? That motion passes 5-0. All right, the applicant isn't here, but I'll say it anyway. To the applicant, this permission is not final until the expiration of the statutory appeal period of 20 days from the date the decision has been signed, during which the applicant, the minister, or a specified person or public body may file with the secretary treasurer an appeal against the decision of the London Committee of Adjustment. All right, I consider the matter closed.
Well, there goes spring.
Okay. Okay.
It's been gone for a while, Cheryl.
No, bring it back.
It can't make up its mind whether it wants to be here or not.
No, you're right.
Okay. All right, next item on the agenda is submission number A 26032, notice of public hearing under section 45(1) of the Planning Act, ARSA 1990. The address is 749 Hamilton Road. The purpose is to permit dwelling units on the ground floor. We'll have to amend this once I've read it in, but variances requested are 1, to permit a dwelling unit in the front portion of the ground floor with no other permitted uses, whereas dwelling units are restricted to the rear portion of the ground floor or on the second floor or above, with any or all other permitted uses in the front portion of the ground floor. And 2, to permit 0 off-street parking, accessible parking spaces, whereas 1 is the minimum required. So before we get going, we're going to have to amend to remove variance number 2. I believe that's correct. It looks like it's been struck. Michaela, you're online. Just want to make sure that's correct.
Through the chair, I would actually note that there is a possible additional amendment. So I would recommend going to the applicant first, as I think there were some discussions about possible deferral of the application today.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we can do that.
Right.
If there's going to be other problems. Okay. Is the owner here?
Through the chair, you have Daniel.
All right, Daniel. Oh, there he is. It says agent. All right. Hi, Daniel. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Okay. Sounds like there might be some issues that we need to address. Would you like to?
Yeah, it looks as though we're gonna I'm gonna ask the committee to defer consideration
Okay.
the item to a later date to allow the recirculation of the revised variance.
Okay. All right. That's fine with me. Does anyone else have any questions or concerns before we go ahead with the deferral?
No, just, Mr. Chair, find out a time.
Yeah, we'll have to defer. I think the language is going to be no sooner than or no earlier than.
Yeah. What
Hey,
date?
Kayla, do you want this one? Or do you want me to do it?
Yeah, I can answer. So through the chair, it will be no earlier than May 28th is what we're scheduling for.
May 28th. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we will have to make 2 motions. One, that the date be no earlier than May 28th, and then a motion to defer. All right. Who wants to make that motion? Miriam, want to make the motion to defer no earlier than
I'll
May
do
28th?
the deferral. Yeah.
All right. And, the date of no earlier than May 28th. Jeff, is that a second? All right. Jeff's got a second. All in favor? That motion passes 5-0. All All right, and now we will need a motion to defer.
I'll move it.
All right, Jeff will move. Daniela will second. All in favor? That motion passes 5-0 as well. Okay. All right, Daniel. Well, I guess we will see you in a few weeks.
Thank you.
No problem. We appreciate, having to defer as opposed to dealing with issues in a longer meeting. So thank you very much. Okay. But with that said, we are done. Can I get a motion to
Move it.
All right, Cheryl will move adjournment. Jeff will second. All in favor? That motion passes 5-0. We stand adjourned.
Yeah, great.
Okay.
I was
Thank you.
worried about that last one, but that
All right, sounds good. Everybody enjoy the weekend. Hopefully,
Bye,
we
everyone.
don't get too
Have a
much
good
rain.
weekend.
You
have a
too.
good week.